Hi friends, Helen here. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, nice to see you. If you're returning, nice to see you. Today's practice will be something a little bit different. We will do a standing somatic practice. It's not an exercise class, it's more of an exploration of our bodies, and we'll be focusing on the upper body. In somatics, we move slowly and mindfully, and it helps us create internal awareness about our bodies, where we might be sensing pain, and it can help us actually overcome pain by moving in these slow movements and developing proprioception in our bodies. So proprioception is where we subconsciously know where our limbs are in space without using a visual cue. If all of that sounds confusing, don't worry about it. I'm going to work out in bare feet on a flat surface, and it might actually help if it's a hard surface, and that way you can get some feedback from the floor for your feet. But it doesn't matter if you're on carpet. We will start in a standing position. It will all be standing, and start to settle here. If it feels good for you, you can close the eyes and center in on yourself, on your breathing, taking this time here to just pause, draw a line under the morning you've had or whatever lays ahead, and take a moment or two just to surrender here, not worrying about anything, and tuning your awareness to the body. Maybe you start to bring your awareness to the feet and the parts of the foot that are actually in contact with the earth. The heel, the ball of the foot, and maybe you can sense the connection with each of the toes. Quite often we are disconnected from sensations in our toes, and it can be difficult to actually make them move. Sometimes the toes are codependent, they seem stuck together. Our feet are wonderful machines, and we often neglect them. When we do a mindful practice in barefoot and take our awareness to that nether region of our body, we can help develop a stronger mind-body connection. As we stand here, you can open the eyes if you would like. Otherwise, start to bring all the weight into the ball of the foot, so very gently leaning forward, and then maybe around to the left, shifting the weight in a circle to the heels, and then to the right, and back forward. See if you can do 4 more super slow motion rotations with your body weight around the foot. Notice what is going on in your mind. Notice where your body is bracing as it supports you as you move your center of gravity ever so slightly. Can you sense any areas that are tensing up to brace? Are there areas that are bracing that actually are not contributing at all to you standing or remaining standing? You tense in the jaw or the shoulders. When you've completed those 5 circles, maybe move the other way and see what it feels like going in the other direction. Slower is better. Noticing how the connection with the earth changes in the foot as you shift your center of gravity. Are you noticing that going in one direction is easier than the other? Keeping the breath simple and equal. And then when you finish the last little circle, return to a neutral position, equal body weight in both feet, spine tall, crown to the sky, And if you haven't already, slowly open the eyes. Wonderful. As we move as if you're moving through treacle or molasses, maybe what they say in the USA. On an inhale, lifting the palms up gently to the sky, a full body stretch as much as you can, rooting down the feet and rising to the sky. And then exhale, slowly come down, moving through that treacle. Inhale again, slowly lifting up, full body stretch. And then exhale, coming down. One more like this. Inhale, full body stretch, and we'll hold at the top. Stretching, stretching, stretching. Full muscle engagement, as long as the body can be. And then very slowly relax down, allowing all the muscles to relax. And just stand for a moment, observing how you feel in the body. With this pause, we can really check in to how we're feeling. And then from here, it might help to bring the feet a little bit further apart. I will mirror you. On an inhale, bring the palms together over to the right side. And then very slowly start to draw this left arm, the inside of the right arm, across the throat and the chin maybe, and up to the sky. Stretch at the top of the range of motion, and then gently bring this back down. Again, inhaling super duper slowly, drawing the fingertips up the inside of the arm, across the side of the throat and the chin, up to the sky, maybe looking up and looking at those extended fingertips. And then relaxing slowly and mindfully down. 3 more of these. Inhaling, drawing those fingertips up. Moving, looking up to the sky. And then gently relaxing. So this might be a movement that you don't usually do. In a yoga practice, we often just elevate our arms to the sky, straight up from the shoulders. We don't often do this diagonal movement. But when we move through these different ranges of motions and different angles, we can get a new connection to our muscles and our body. Particularly if we have any stress or tension, maybe in the shoulders, moving them in a different angle can provide some release. This is the last one. And then we're going to hold at the top. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Full muscle engagement. And then release down and just pause for a moment, observing how you feel. Maybe noticing the difference in the 2 sides. And we'll move to the other side. This time bringing the right arm across, palm to palm. And as you inhale, gently drawing the fingertips up the inside of the left arm, maybe across the throat and the chin, and all the way up to the sky in this diagonal stretch. And then coming down. And again, coming up on this diagonal, slow and mindful. There's no need to rush. Observing how your limbs are feeling. Maybe noticing the shoulder blades, the shoulder joint. If you find this easier than just lifting your arms straight up to the sky, or do you find it more challenging? What is going on in your body? Stretching long. And then this will be the last one. As we come up, we'll hold at the top. Stretching, 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 full muscle engagement, as if someone's pulling each arm out from your shoulders, and then relax down. Come back to a neutral position and just observe how you feel in the body, how the shoulders are feeling. Mine feel pretty free actually. Doing that different kind of movement, something that we don't usually do. brings a new awareness. From here, we'll gently start to just sway the arms side to side, shifting the weight from one foot to the other, maybe bending the knee slightly. Bring your awareness as you're doing this to the spine. Movement should be coming from the spine, rotating around that central axis. Notice if you feel any twinges. And rather than thinking about how far round you can twist, start to think about what part of the spine is restricting you. Maybe focus on that. Bringing your awareness there. Feels so good to move like this. Maybe as you do this little movement, you think about, or bring your awareness to the hips, the side of the legs, maybe even the knees, and the ankles, and the ball of the foot. Enjoying this easy movement and motion. We're not pushing ourselves. We're not trying to get to the most extreme version of anything, not working hard. Just working the body gently and mindfully, and building that connection. And wonderful. Coming to stop in the middle again. Moving our awareness to the spine and the shoulders. Rotating the body to face towards the left. Allowing the arms to just be loose. And slowly folding down the chin towards the chest. And we'll fold the spine down this left side of the body. Super slow. Noticing the spine as you're doing this, where you feel maybe any tension. When you get to the bottom, gently move across towards the right side, and then rolling up one vertebra at a time on this other side. And then coming back to the center. 4 more in this direction. Maybe as you come down, you start to focus on your back body, the part you can't see, and tune in to the sensations that could be there. And imagine your spine as you're moving back up, what it's doing. All those vertebrae starting to stack again on top of each other. And then as you fold, they fold in on each other. And imagine the vertebrae at the back opening, moving apart as they fold in, creating space. Coming across the bottom. And then as you come up the other side, those vertebrae starting to restack. 2 more like this. Notice if you're getting impatient as you make this move, particularly if you're used to rushing around everywhere. A few years ago, this would have been absolutely impossible for me to do mentally, because I was wired so tight. I had to do everything at a fast speed, with my nervous system was just totally operating in that fight or flight mode. I didn't know how to relax, and I didn't even have the capacity to relax. And then as you come back to center, we'll move over to the other side, this time rotating towards the right side and folding in. Bringing your awareness maybe to that left hip as you come down, and then swinging across, super slow,
And then up the other side, imagining that spine restacking one vertebra at a time. And then back around in this circular movement. Not worrying about how long it takes. All that you can think about is how it feels in the body. Maybe you've noticed sticky areas in your spine when you move from a certain angle. And sometimes when we experience pain, it's not even caused by anything physical. It can be a mental thing where the body is using it as a mechanism to protect itself. Kind of like a preemptive strike, because pain is put in place by our brains to, when it senses danger or that we're going to be injured in some way. Pain is a notification that is sent to us that tell us to quickly move out of whatever the position or thing that we're experiencing to keep us safe. Sometimes the brain does it and there isn't actually any physical danger. And just start to sway again gently side to side, noticing how the body feels. And bringing the feet underneath the hips, grounding down into the right foot. Lift the left leg out to the side. And as you inhale, bringing these arms up overhead, and then gently leaning over to the right, allowing this right arm to just dangle, and this left one maybe to just dangle to the side, elbow to the sky, and the lower arm and the wrist and the hand just flopping in space. And gently come back up. Release that left heel to the ground, and we'll go over again to this side. Weight coming into this right foot, leaning out of the left sideways, dangling over on the side plane. Maybe this time as you relax here, you get a bit of a deeper range of motion. And gently come back up. One more time over to the side like this. Leaning, allowing gravity to pull you over. And come back up. And we'll pause for a moment here in this neutral position. And then gently over to the other side, extending this right leg out to the side, allowing the left arm to be loose at the side. Inhale this right arm up and over. Bend in the elbow, allowing the lower arm and the hand and the wrist to be limp in space as you lean, lengthening that side waist. And then gently coming back up, not worrying about how far over you get. Somatics is not about aesthetics or alignment. It's an exploration of movement in the body. Using mindful movement to help release tension and bring about a greater sense of proprioception in the body, which can help us over time reduce pain. Coming over for the last time. And then inhale back up. And just pause for a moment here, maybe closing the eyes. Noticing all over how the body's feeling. Working through something a bit different in the body. Moving in ways you don't usually move. And bringing both feet directly underneath the hips, grounding down into the feet. One last full stretch. Arms coming up the sides, rooting down in the feet, fingertips to the sky as tall as possible. And then very slowly release down. Maybe give yourself a little shake. And well done. That was something a bit different, but I hope you feel a real sense of refreshment over your body. I know I do. It's good to move in these different ways, because when we move in these different ways, it encourages a new connection between our mind and our body. And this can help us in the long term deal with any aches and pains that we have in a more mindful way, and help us just feel better all over. Thank you. If you are interested, I have a Road to Joint Wellness guide, which has lots of good tips about how you can improve the health in your joints. Movement is key, but also getting adequate sleep, adequate rest, and eating a whole foods diet, because some of this processed stuff that we eat, we're just poisoning ourselves. And the more food that we eat that is close to its natural state, without all these additives, the better it is for our bodies. Thank you again, and I will see you soon.